All right, folks. You know the deal. Just finished my bike ride, picking up cans. All right, folks. Rick Mills here with another veteran's perspective into having a pace plan of positive activities on a daily basis for when you have bad days, okay? So I'll start it like this. So back in my worst time, when I was decompartmentalizing, future video, when I was decompartmentalizing really bad, my life was like this, like the highs and lows of life. So you're down, and then you're pissed off, screaming, and then you're depressed. There's no real happiness in there. Took me a long time to learn how to, I knew that I wanted to get my life. I was tired. I have rainouts due to my traumatic brain injury, which causes my blood to come out of my extremities and pool in my core, which does all kinds of crazy stuff. Future video. And so I needed my life to go from this. You know, I was going crazy. I was gonna hurt somebody else, or I was gonna hurt myself. I was hurting other people, you know, verbally, not necessarily physically, but definitely verbally. And so I needed to figure out how to get my life to start doing this. And the first thing I had to do was realize that I was responsible, okay? I was responsible for that, not somebody else. It wasn't somebody else's fault. There were other people in my life that were, I used to say they were driving the train. You know, I used to say they were poking the bear. I used to say a lot of things, and I got some counseling. I went to Valor Clinic Foundation. I went to their Veterans Unstoppable program, and I started to learn how to get ahead of my disabilities, my physical, mental, spiritual, emotional disabilities that I have. Get ahead of them and have a plan for when things happen, whether it's people, whether it's finances, whether it's whatever of things. Yeah, my neighbor's doing construction over there, so I'm gonna have to put up with that. So how I got ahead of that was planning and having a plan of positive activities. So obviously cycling is one of those positive activities. Cycling is more of like a fitness thing. Every day I wake up, I try to have one thing that I'm gonna get done. So today I had to file my taxes, finish out my taxes at 10 o'clock. And then I have a 3:15 chiropractic appointment to get my back adjusted today at the VA. So in between that, I've got to figure out what to do with the rest of the day and keep it positive. Got some stressful things going on in my life right now, so I got to have a plan. I got to take care of myself. So PACE, what is a PACE plan? PACE stands for Primary Alternate Contingency Emergency. Primary Alternate Contingency Emergency. When I say PACE, have a PACE plan, what I'm talking about is you don't have to write it down. If you want to write it down, you can. Have a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and write 1, 2, 3, 4, or write PACE on it and go, okay, I'm having a fight with my wife. My kids are driving me crazy. I had a bad day at work, if you're working. Whatever it is. There's always a reason to apply the PACE plan, you know. We're never short of stressors in our lives. It's just making a decision not to go straight to self-medicating at 10 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 3, 4, whatever time it is that the stressor hits. And so for me, my pace is seasonal because I have a different pace plan for winter, spring, summer, fall because of the weather. So now spring's here, it's warming up. I was gonna ride after my appointment in the afternoon, but your pace can be weather dependent also. Instead of being 58 degrees like they said it's going to be, it's like 62 or 63 right now. So I jumped on the bike at like 11. So your pace can be flexible, but having the pace and being able to flow through the pace. All right. So you see that I do a lot of fishing. That's something I could do. I can get a half hour, 45 minutes on the creek before my pain levels get to the point where fishing is no longer fun. You're just enduring the pain. You know, you're out there, you're trying to get through your activity. And I think this is the first year I've learned. I used to fish for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the last hour was just like a level 7, 8, 9 sometimes. Fishing at a level 9. Yeah. So you sit down on a rock, you take the pressure off, you try again. So now I'm learning to just fish for the half hour, 45 minutes until I get to like a 6 or a 7. I've got a couple fish, go home. I don't have to do the hour and a half, 2 hours. Again, in the pace plan, you can be flexible with your pain levels and your disabilities. Your disabilities and your pain levels are driving a lot of times, you know, what activity you're doing and how long you're doing those activities for. But getting ahead of the stressors in your life and having a plan of a positive activity that you can do. I like to use the term time and space. So if my wife and I are having issues, or used to be with the kids, or the store when I had the small business, find time and space. Put you're responsible for that, not somebody else. If that other person won't leave, you're the veteran, you're a shut-in, you're in the house 90% of the time. The other person chooses, they come into the house, and now they want to take your peaceful environment that you had as veteran X and flip it upside down and turn it into a stressful environment. You have to make the decision to put some time and space between you and that stressor. You can choose to react in a negative way. You can choose to explode, and then you can choose to self-medicate after that. Does that make you feel better about yourself? I don't think so. But if you identify the stressor, okay, something's going on, somebody's having a bad day, I'm not going to let that ruin my day, because I can't do that every day. I'm going to try to live a good life. So I'm going to create the time and space by flowing through my pace. My primary alternate can change to emergency. When we look outside, what time of day is it? 3 in the afternoon. It's a perfect time to grab a fly rod, head to the creek. Half hour, 45 minutes, catch a few fish, come back with a smile on your face. Maybe the smile on your face will bring a smile to somebody else's face. And then see maybe if the other, half of whatever that was at that point maybe apologizes and says, hey, I'm sorry for taking my crappy life out on you. But I've been wanting to make this video for a while, so I want to make sure that I hit on all the points. I have so many videos that I want to make for you guys. And everybody's not going through this. These videos are for the people that this is new to, people that are maybe in the military and wondering what it's going to be like. Maybe you're a wounded veteran, maybe you're a wounded warrior, you're in the WTU, you're transitioning out, maybe you're being med boarded, and you're like, holy cow, I frapped in on a jump and I have a broken back. What is life going to be like for me when I get out? How can I have a plan now? Maybe these videos will help you get ahead where you don't go through some of the things that I went through as a disabled veteran in the civilian world, trying to hold the job down when I'm 30% and I should have 100%. It is what it is. But have a plan, less self-medicating, less so the term proactive versus reactive. Proactive versus reactive. Reactive is you're in your house, you're the shut-in, you never leave your house, you never leave your property unless you get on your bike or you go fishing, and that other person comes in and everything gets flipped over, do you already have a plan? Are you already mentally in a place where you can proactively go, hey, I'm gonna create some time and space, not necessarily for you, but for me, because I have to protect myself as the veteran. I need to protect my physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional self. I'm not gonna let an event or a person or whatever drive my train. I'm gonna drive my train because I wanna sleep good tonight, and I don't wanna self-medicate, and I don't wanna hurt other people. Okay? So again, cycling, fishing, I have my gardening, I have walk around the yard and pick up sticks. Last night I lit a fire. I have a few beers in the evening. I'm not hurting anybody. And then I sleep well because I am not screaming at the top of my lungs or laying down on the couch all day depressed and sleeping half the day, so that at night I've slept so much during the day and maybe self-medicated that I'm up at 3, 4 in the morning and I can't sleep. Does that make sense? I'm being proactive by keeping myself awake, doing physical things so that my body's tired at 8, 9, 10 o'clock. You know, and then I get up early, start my day. And I have my list, you know, I have my one thing that I need to get done that day. Today I have 2, taxes and my chiropractic appointment, you know? So I hope that you can apply this to your life, and you may have a PACE plan for different things. You may have a PACE plan at work if you have a job. You may have a PACE plan in your house for your spouse. You may have a PACE plan for your kids, for when you visit your kids if you don't have your kids, or when your kids come over if you only have your kids on the weekends. It might be a PACE plan of positive activities to do with your kids or with your spouse. You know? So I want you to take this and try to apply it. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't. Again, this doesn't pertain to everybody, but maybe this video, the Lord has me making these videos because if this video reaches the one person, why do I make these videos? I'm not making these videos to get views. I get a lot of comments, people like, you know, if you took the music out of your video, you'd get more views. And I'm like, it's not about the views, man. It's about the one veteran out there that needs the information that I'm putting out in this video. If it's 1, if it's 5, it's 10. Hopefully somebody gets something positive out of it. If you get something positive out of this video, go ahead, like, maybe comment, maybe subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to continue to put these videos out. It's just what I have going on between the Lord and I. It's part of my purpose, part of what I've found with the rest of my life that I've got to live. I'm trying to keep it positive. Okay? So PACE, primary, alternate, contingency, emergency. Maybe seasonally, maybe due to the activity that you're doing and where you're at, you know? Another thing that I was thinking about, if you go on, as I close this out, imagine going on vacation and now you're in a hotel or a condo, and now the PACE plan that you have at home is longer because your bicycle's not there, the creek is not down the road, you don't have your fishing pole. Okay, I'll close it out with that. Have a PACE plan in the different areas that you're going to. You're getting ready to go to your in-laws with your spouse, and you're going to spend 3, 4, 5 days at your in-laws house, or whatever it is. Can you go for a walk? Is there something else you could do? Is there a park down the street? Is there a beach down the street? What can you do to create the time and space that you need for yourself, and then maybe the other person or whatever it is needs to come to a place where you're not doing this. And I hope that this video helps you find this in your life. As Bruce Lee says, flow like water. So, hope you enjoyed this video.